Here we go. Hey, everybody. How are you doing today? This is Anjanette from AJ's Personal Touch, and today I have Terri from Nanna's Crochet Ideas here with me. So as you come on in,
Hi.
let us know how you're doing. So as you come on in. Oh, and I thought I'd get it in time, but I didn't. You could hear the beginning there. So, as everybody comes in, as we always do, to wait for people to fill in, let me know what's in your cup and what's on your hook, which I have to grab my hook. I forgot to pick that up when I sat down. Okay. I have tea in my thermos that just nicely dribbled all over me and I had to take care of. And I am finishing up my tester top. It has to be done tonight, so I'm getting it done. Hopefully I can have my husband take a picture of me in it tomorrow, or I'll have to figure out how to take a picture of myself in it.
You can do it in a mirror.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's just hard to get all sides. Welcome in, Kathy Lewis Crochet. You have ice in your cup, and you're working on a cowl or an owl. I didn't know if maybe you had if you're like me, I typo quite often, which people
So
find
I
sad.
can't see the chat can you see me if I do this?
I see you.
Oh, I don't see you though. I see the chat.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Let me try it with me putting us back like that. Does that help any?
No, if I go to comments, then I don't see us.
That's weird.
I mean, I know what I look like. I don't really need to see me, but Hi, Amby.
Okay. Keith is working on an owl. And Amby, yes, hello from your creative corner of creation. How are you doing today? I guess do whichever makes you feel more comfortable. I read the chat, so you can either not read it too, or however you want to do it.
No, you can read it. I'll listen.
So Abby says she's okay, I guess. Yeah. I still say you're a lot like me, Amby. I always put I guess and things like that at the end of things too. I'm not so definitive. Like I am great. Today I'm just okay because my body I feel like I'm trying to get sick. So and I'm hoping that's not the case. I've had a small sore throat, like one that's just waiting to get bad, and a little bit of a headache lingering on the last 2 days. But I've been crocheting up so much in the last week, trying to get this done on time, and then being sick in between when I got really sick. Well, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, and trying to make up for all of that. That it just could be that I'm sleep deprived because I haven't been getting as much sleep because I'm trying to get this done. So we will see. Hopefully I get a full night's sleep tonight because I should be done with it before I go to bed tonight. Or at least I may just have to sew it up tomorrow. But I'm hoping to be done with that part too. I only have like 3 rows left before this.
Oh, you can kick that out tonight.
Yeah, I may actually even get it done during the live. So what are you working on tonight, Terri?
I'm working on this Afghan that's got words on it.
Okay.
You know, the one I have to have done by the end of the month for the pastor?
Yeah. Yep, I knew exactly which one you were talking about then.
Yeah.
So let's wait and see if we can get some more people in before I start asking questions and things. I will ask you though, how is your day gone today?
It's gone pretty good. I have no complaints.
That's good. Abby says, awesome, Terri. And Abby says, whenever you come in, give a thumbs up. Thank you so much, Abby. Abby is a moderator, which it's always hard for me to see the difference between mods and non-mods when we're in the StreamYard, but so if anybody has any issues or anything and you need help with anything, please ask Miss Amby. And there is Malvina's Magic Crochet Cooking and Crafts. She says, hi there, Donna here in Middletown, Delaware, drinking English breakfast tea and working on my reversible blanket. But what she didn't say is I was going to get tea and I made her crave tea, so she had to go make some. So Donna and I have been chatting today for, well, so far I think Keith is the only one in here who may not know. I have, if you join my, Keith wants to know if I have Nightbot. Yes, I do. So if you want to drop your link, just put in the word drop. My commands haven't started coming through yet because there hasn't been enough chatting going on, but they should start coming through once people come in and start chatting. But I have my own group on Facebook where Amby and Donna and Terri and I all belong to, and we do a lot of live crochets together. So we've all gotten to know each other pretty well. So, and I will have to come back and, although I think I might already be subscribed to you, Keith. I'm not positive. I will have to check that out later. Click on the link later. And if you hear
Subscribe
noise,
to what?
to Keith's channel. If you hear some noise in the background of a box moving, my cat is going in and out and in and out and in and out of the box. So she is finding it fun to just go back and forth and watching the flat move on the box. But it sounds annoying when she does it. So if you guys hear it, I apologize. Abby says, what's in your cup and on your hook? I have Mountain Dew and my 2-color gradient Afghan. Awesome. Sorry, something
Boy,
important.
they just know what they're supposed to say when they come in your live, huh?
I always start with what's in your cup and what's on your hook. So sorry, I'm an admin in a different group and I was asked a question really quick and I just let her know that I'm live, so she won't be sending me anything else now. And plus Amby heard me say it. She was just repeating it. So again, welcome in to any subscribers and welcome to anybody new. And also welcome to anybody who is watching this after the live is over, watching the replay. Donna, once the chat gets going, I have it set that Nightbot will show us what Terry's link is. So if you can wait a little bit, and if not, I can give you her link later. But I have it set up that it will drop mine and Terry's link throughout the chat as long as people are actually chatting. Awesome, Amby. Amby says, I have a little bit of a happy. I lost 5 pounds. Congratulations. That is awesome. To me, that's a lot of happy when that happens.
Congratulations.
So, and why don't we go ahead and get started? And I will ask Terri what I always ask everybody is, first of all, when did you start your channel and why?
I started my channel probably almost 3 years ago, and I did it because I was crocheting things and I felt like I like to put a different spin on it than what the normal is.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to be able to show people that we could do it differently, if that makes sense.
Makes a ton of sense. That's awesome. Ambi says, thank you all so much. So, how did you come up with the name for your channel?
Well, I'm a Nanna and I crochet, and I thought my ideas were unique, so that's what I called it, Nanna's Crochet Ideas.
Awesome. I like your channel name.
Pretty straightforward, yeah.
Yeah. So, what are the things that you normally do? Like, I noticed that you have, like every month you do some of the same things.
Yeah, well, when I started my channel, I was doing temperature blankets for all my grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
And so they picked the colors and the yarn, and I picked the pattern. And so I have 8 grandkids. Each one of them is a different pattern, different way of doing a temperature blanket.
Uh-huh.
And now I have hooked up with Lottie from Enjoying the Journey, Cancer as a Lifestyle. And we started this thing where last year we picked 12 items for the other person to make throughout the year.
Okay.
And so we haven't been exactly on every month, but we spin the wheel of what's left, and then whatever it lands on, that's a project we have to do that month. And then when we're both done with the project, we do a live and show it and spin the wheel for the next project.
Oh, that's interesting.
And this year we started yeah. So it was like, I knew the things she'd say, because we'd been conversing for a while. So I knew the things that she wanted to do, but she didn't get to do because both of us do a lot of donations.
Uh-huh.
So that's primarily what we crochet. And, but she wanted to make socks, and she wanted to make curtains, and she wanted to do this and that. And so what I did was I put the things that she really wanted to do for herself and wasn't doing because she kept putting it on the back burner, and put those things on her list.
That is so awesome.
So there was no pre-approving it or anything. It's like whatever we put on the list, the other person just had to go with.
Awesome. Awesome.
So it's been fun.
I know somebody I should do that with. I have a couple people I could do that with, actually. I said I know somebody I could do that with.
It's really fun.
That sounds like fun. I hadn't seen you do that. Now, I've seen some of your other things that you do every month, but I hadn't seen that one yet. So,
yeah, those we only do on the lives.
Okay.
And then we also have a very friendly challenge every month. We count how many yards we use in the month, and whoever wins, the other person has to send them a prize. So we do that too. That's cool too. And then the new thing we started this month was that each month we worked on it last year so that it would be ready for January. Each month we have a theme or a project for a color. Like for July, it was a red, white, and blue month, so people can make. And this is for anybody who wants to join in. They can make whatever they want as long as it has red, white, and blue in it. Send me a picture in my email, And then at the end of the month, I do a video of all the projects that have been submitted. I put everyone's name on the wheel. However many projects they made is how many times their name goes on it. Spin the wheel, and then they get a prize. 1 month Lottie gives a prize, and 1 month I give the prize.
Now that's a lot of fun too. That is so much fun.
Yeah.
Back when you started talking about you guys giving each other stuff to do, Ambi said that sounds fun. She also said, I like the name of your channel. Mm-hmm. She just said so cool, and that you have the best ideas. So
yeah, well, I don't like to, like, you know, a lot of people out on YouTube copy what everybody else does.
Right.
And so we didn't want to do that. We wanted to be different. So we've kind of come up with our own little things to do.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool.
But yeah, if you want to do the 12 projects, I'll do it with you for next year.
Okay. I'll have to think about it, because it all depends on what I already still have in my whips that I need to get done, because I promised myself I'm getting my whips done. So that's like a number one, first and foremost. And I'm working on.
Well, but here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Yeah. You don't have, I mean, it doesn't have to be done in a month, you know, because things happen, other things come up. Whatever happens, happens. And if we get delayed and it takes us 2 months to get the project done, it takes, you know, however long it takes.
Okay. Well, we'll see, because I was actually hoping that somebody else would start her channel, and maybe her and I would do something. But we'll see if that happens. Or when that happens.
She needs to.
Yes, she does. You know exactly who I'm talking about. But her and I are so alike too. We do some of the same things, but there are things that she has done that I have not done. And although I doubt there's things that I have done that she has not done yet. So, and I know if we tried to do the yardage competition, oops, there she go. Okay. Oh, you're back now. You like went off and you're back on. So
I know my whole thing went dead and came back on.
Okay. Now, if her and I tried to do the yardage competition, she would beat me every month, because she just crochets so fast. She's like, my ears are burning, LOL.
Yeah, well, I did it last year. You know, Dana from Dana's Wonderlust Crochet had the 2021 Scorched Earth Challenge.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And so I did that all year.
Cool.
And counted how many yards I did. And then Lottie wanted to do it this year. So I already had done 12 months of busting my ass.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I keep my my labels so I can keep count of like how many skeins I've gone through. But I haven't been good at keeping them in the same place. I found one place where I have like 5 or 6 labels, then I found another place where I have, you know, 3 or 4. So I need to find a place to put them all in and keep them all in one spot. I just need to find a little baggie or something to put them in. But
once you start keeping
your red,
track,
white,
though,
and
you
blue
won't
channel,
keep
or your red, white, and blue challenge. And if I wouldn't have been in the middle of my top, I would have already made something. So we'll see. If I have a chance, I'll make something, but I don't know if I will or not by the end of the month. I'll have a scarf that's partially made that'll have red, white, and blue in it, but it won't be finished. Because my sample scarf has, yes, but my sample scarf, you know what I'm talking about, has the yarn that's red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
And Donna says I need to start doing that, and I'm not sure which that she means. Either keeping track of yardage or keeping track of your labels. You'll have to let us know.
On your label, it tells you how many yards is in there.
Yeah, I know it does. But I still don't know. You were talking about keeping track of yardage. I was talking about keeping track of labels. So I'm not sure what that she's referring to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome. So what
I think
she
I
says,
did yard.
she says yardage and labels both. Um, so what was picked for you to do this month? What did I can't remember her name. What did your friend pick for you to do this month?
This month, my project was a sun hat.
Okay, I think I remember you talking about that now. I think I do remember that you were making it for a challenge. I just didn't know what kind of challenge.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm actually in the
Yep,
middle of
that's
making
what
a
it
sun
is.
hat too, but I had to stop because to get this done. But I will. That'll be the
Well,
next
my
thing.
daughter and I usually go for a walk in the morning, and it's so hot, and I don't have that much hair. My hair's really, really like baby fine.
Right.
So my scalp tends to burn.
Right. Well, see, that's why I started making mine. I made that. I made this kerchief first, thinking it was going to be like really quick for my walks that I started doing with my friend. But then I was like, I need to get my sun hat made because I would. The one day I went out and I had the start of a migraine and the sun was just killing me. And if I would have had my sun hat, I was like, well, that would have been so much better. And so I got started on my sun hat that I've been wanting to make for like the last year and a half. So, so yeah, I got started on it. So when I'm done with this top, that's going to be my cleanser project before I start working on the shawl for my sample project so that I can go from have something smaller in between. So, because I need to, because I was starting to get bored with this one. And then knowing that I'm going to have to tear this one apart and redo it because I love this top, but there were just some dimensions that are off on it. So I'm going to have to tear it apart and redo it once I get some more yarn in the mail that I have ordered. So knowing that, and then I'm going to have to redo this again, but I know I'm going to work slow on it. So I won't have it to wear this year, but I'll have it to wear next year. So, and I have a sweater that I started for my husband a while ago. That's another one I really want to get done. So, Ambi says, I don't use enough skein.
Yeah, see, our January challenge was finish your whips.
My challenge to me for this year was to try and finish my whips. So, but then I also threw in 3 blankets, 3 3 blankets that are all made out of blocks, from different things that you get the pattern for each month. And then the 4th one is the mosaic blanket like you're making. And I still only have the first month done. So I have a lot to finish this year. I have a lot to keep me busy. And then it's going to be time for people to put orders in for Christmas gifts. And I also have to, get my family Christmas gifts done as well. So, but I always have something to work on. So I'm always keeping busy. Always. Ambi says, I don't use enough skeins. And she also said, my challenge needs to be to just crochet more. Well, then you need to crochet
better.
Did you say better?
Yeah, is that what you said?
No, she said to crochet more. Are you having a hard time hearing me?
I am.
Let me see.
It's like.
Does that help at all? Like
the words are cutting out even.
Okay. I just turned it up a little more. Does that help any? I'm almost at 100%, so there's not much more that I can turn up.
I turned my fan on low already. I don't really want to turn it off.
No, I don't blame you. But I have an air conditioner going
Although I
too,
don't,
so you're not the only one with an air conditioner going. So
yeah. But it's in my window, so it's right next to my ear.
right. Well, mine's in the window,
I
but
guess I could have sat over
it's
there.
farther. It's farther away. So if you want to take a couple minutes, if you feel that you want to move, I mean, I can wait. Totally up to you.
No, it's all right.
Okay. Welcome in anybody who's
Because
coming
here my
in.
blanket can sit next to me and I can work on it.
Okay. Welcome in anybody who's coming in. I see the numbers have gone up again. They keep going up and down. So it shows that new people have come in. So as you come in, let us know what's on your hook and what's in your cup. And please say hi. So are there any other things that you do on a monthly basis?
That's not enough.
Well, no, I just didn't know. I knew that most of the stuff.
No, I do.
When I watch your channel, you have almost everything is
I
themed out.
always have
So.
I do my mosaic blanket every month, and I do a donation to someone. So I might work on baby blankets one month, baby hats one month, regular hats one month. Right now I've got 17 blankets sitting out in the kitchen waiting to go to Ronald McDonald House.
Wow. That's a lot of blankets.
And I think I have like 10 baby blankets in the closet waiting for me to get more and take those.
So where do you donate your baby blankets
But
to?
because I'm disabled, I have to wait for my daughter to take me.
Right. Yeah. Where do you take the baby blankets to? Where do
The
you take
baby blankets are going to go with some preemie beanies to the NICU unit over in Napa.
Okay. See, because we have a Ronald McDonald House here now that is new within somewhere within like the last 5 or 6 years, I think, maybe longer. When I'm also disabled and I can't drive. So as you probably know, when you're home and disabled and can't go out much, you lose track of time very easily. So I'll say something was only a couple of years ago, and then my husband will usually come back with, no, that was, and add twice as much time onto it as I think it was. So, really? Now, I didn't think it was that long. He said the McDonald House just celebrated 25 years. So, yeah, it's been. He said it was there when our daughter was born. So, I guess, you know what? I do remember they were putting it in around the time that she was born, but I forgot. I just know that most of my life it wasn't there, and then they started, you know, putting it in. So, but I never thought of making donations for there, like blankets. Okay, looks like she has an issue with her Wi-Fi, so hopefully she'll be back in a minute. Okay, while Terri is gone, for those of you who are here, why don't you tell me what are some things that you have not done that you would like to try? And I'm trying to think of something that I have not done that I would like to try. Oops, she's back. Welcome back.
Thanks. I don't know what happened. I moved.
I didn't know if your Wi-Fi was going out or what
I
because
took
it did
advantage of the faulty equipment.
because we just had the round thing going on for a little bit. And so I asked them while you were gone, what's the one, what's something they would like to try that they haven't done? And Amby says knitting. For me, the thing that I've always wanted to try, I've already tried this year, and that's mosaic. So, and then to find out that I actually made a baby blanket for my daughter that would have been considered mosaic. So I had made a whole blanket and didn't realize it. Well, a
Yeah.
baby blanket anyway. Oh, but what I was saying before you left with Ronald McDonald House, I never thought of, crocheting to give them, to donate. But back when I was massaging, I always wanted to go and like give chair massages and things. But they have their own massage therapists in the hospital. So they were like, well, we really don't need somebody to come and do that. And then they turned around and they said, well, maybe we did. And they kept on going back and forth. And by the time they told me they wanted me to come, I wasn't working anymore. So, but then I wanted to go and donate my time because I was doing sales. I was selling Jamberry nails and I wanted to go and like give manicures to the mothers and, the little girls or whatever who might be there just to give them some relaxation time. But I ended up getting too sick too quick and I could never get that one worked out. Donna says, I want to crochet a skirt or a pair of pants. That's cool, Donna. I've always wanted to crochet a skirt as well. I think that would be really nice. I've actually found a skirt pattern that I would like to do sometime. Okay, here we go. Here she comes back. Welcome back again.
I'm sorry, we've got a bunch of fires going over here, and I wonder if they're because my service doesn't show it's going out. My phone is fully charged. I don't know why it's blinking like that.
That might be because also I don't know if
Weird.
it's much of an issue that you can't hear me, as though it seems like we may have a. I got to think of my brain doesn't want to work now. Might have a delay because it's like it seems like I'm talking and then it takes like a minute before you hear what I'm saying. So I don't know if it's as much of you can't hear me as there's a delay when I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
So, and that might be it. That would make a lot of sense if it was that. Like right now, if I was to try and,
I don't know.
have Donna come up with us, she might fall off a couple times because they have big storms going on where she's at right now. Donna had said what she wants to do is she wants to crochet a skirt or a pair of pants. And Amby had said, cool, Donna. And then she said, Amby says, I'd also like to do some type of wearable. Okay. And I thought I had my Nightbot on, but evidently I had not opened it. Let me see if Terri has come back. There she is. Welcome back again, Terri. I'm getting my Nightbot open because I thought it was open.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Something's going on, and you've checked everything, so it's probably the wildfires. But Amby said she'd also like to do some kind of wearable, and
Yeah.
Cozy Cornelius Corner has come in, so welcome in, Cozy Cornelius Corner, and she says also I want to do a wearable, but plus size pattern. But a plus size pattern she likes is hard to find. Yes, I would like to make, but I have been making wearable tops and things. Lisa the Grammy Scattered is here and she says, hello, everyone. Hello, Lisa. Why don't you both tell us what's on your hook and what's in your cup? And I thought I had Nightbot open and it's not, so I'm going to take care of that really quickly. I just figured you would come back on before I had it done, so I came back here real quick. And I need to, there it is.
Yeah, well, you can do the 12 projects. I mean, you could do 6 projects for the year if you wanted. You could do, I mean,
Right.
it's your thing. You can make whatever rules you want. But you
Right.
can have more than 2 people in it.
Yeah, it's something that I'll think about because it'll be for next year. So I'm not saying no.
We could have the whole group do it and each of us pick a project for each of us.
We could do that. And if people are wondering what group we're talking about, I have my group on Facebook and we crochet together.
That's
And
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. I'm letting people who don't know about it know. So that's how I met Terri. She's come in and she crochets with us. Melfina's Magic, also known as Donna, she's in there with us. And Ambi Crafts Read, she comes in all the time. And that's how we've all gotten to know each other. So that is something we can think about doing in there. And it would be really great for other people to come and join us as well. Like Lisa, if you ever want to, or Cozy Cornelius, if you would ever want to, that would be wonderful. We love getting to know new people. And here I want to do this real quick. I'm going to drop Terry's link. I don't know if that works with you guys or not because I dropped it off of StreamYard. So I don't know if the link actually works on it. You'll have to let me know. If not, I can go and drop it off of YouTube really quick. Lisa says, I'm drinking some flavored water and working on my whatchamacallit Afghan. Just doing repeats to make it bigger. Cool. I bet it looks really, really nice. But I want to start making some preemie items and I need to call our hospital and see what kind of things they will accept, if they accept anything, because some hospitals will not accept crochet and knit items. So I need to call them and see. And I've been meaning to do that. And every time I think about it, then I forget about it because I go on to something else. And then when I'm like, oh, I wanted to do that, I never get back to it. So the link works. Okay. Thank you, Donna.
Yeah, I called the hospital to see if they would, because they do, you know, when I had my cancer, I went to that hospital. So I know they have a cancer unit. So I called to see if they had the NICU unit. And then I spoke to them and asked them if they accepted crochet knitted items. And they said yes.
Okay. Yeah, well, I need to
probably
call
depends on the place.
Right. I need to call the one here because I know when my husband and I talked about it once, he said he didn't think that they did, but he wasn't certain. So I need to call and find out. He works at the hospital. So okay, good. Nightbot is working now. And there she goes again. I wonder, I sure hope that those fires aren't extremely close to her. There she is. Welcome back again. You're going to get dizzy. Cozy Cornelius Corner says, is that because of COVID or another reason for the hospital? I believe it's because of another reason, because when I first heard that some hospitals do not accept it, it was before COVID. So, but I do think it has to do with the same concept of bringing in germs and things from the home, but I'm not positive on that.
So they have a bunch of plastic bags that they make you.
You know, you have to be careful because some places will accept whatever you donate to them, but then they turn around and sell it in their shop instead of giving it to the patients.
Oh, wow. I would have never thought of that. Now, my husband was just telling me something, but I didn't hear what
Yep.
all he said before he got up to go. Cozy Cornelius Corner says, my internet is wonky too. Have to stay in a certain location. Yeah, she said she checked everything, her phone and her internet, and everything looked fine. But she's also in California, and they've got all those wildfires going on around her. So we're thinking that that has something to do with it. There we go. Welcome back.
Maybe I should just be in the chat.
That is up to you. Cozy Cornelius says, "Oh wow, that's wrong. Um, I'm not sure what you're saying that about. And like I said, I have no idea if what I said was right or not. So don't take what I said as what it is. I could be completely wrong. So I have not actually talked to like our hospital here, and I have not talked to the hospitals that people have said do not take donations. So I don't know the exact reason why they do not take them. So don't, like I said, do not take what I said as being the right answer, because more than likely it is wrong. So,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I know one person said she wanted to, and they asked if she had a cat or a dog, and she did. And it had more to do with, they don't want to introduce allergens to babies. So, and you can, and I know because we have cats here, sometimes you can wash and wash, and you can't get all the cat stuff out of the blanket. So that's why when I make stuff for other people, I keep my cats away from me. But when I'm making it for me, I don't care if they're, on it or not, because I know I'm not allergic to them. And Ambi said, so true. Nana's in the chat now. She says, I can hear you so much better now. Okay, so I'm thinking your internet, there is definitely something wonky with it going on. So, would anybody else want to come up here with me so I'm not up here all alone for the next 15, 20 minutes? And we can talk back and forth with Nanna in the chat or with Terri in the chat. What'd you say, hon? What were you saying about the NICU? Okay, so they don't actually use them for the babies though while they're there. My husband said that in the NICU here, they have a basket full of crocheted items, and they keep them wrapped in plastic or in bags. And if the parents want to take them with them, they can. But it's not an item that they actually use on the baby while the baby is there. Let me see. Which that makes sense to you. I want to make some of those bonding squares. Okay. Donna, I'm going to send this to you via your Facebook because I'm not inviting everybody up tonight. Yeah, Nana, I think it is too. Um, you don't have to feel bad. It's okay. I understand things happen. It probably is from one of the fires that you're having there. And Amby says, "Oh, okay, interesting to know." As long as the items go home with the families, I'm fine with that. So if somebody wants it and wants to take it, I'm, fine with making stuff and giving it to them. But I definitely would not want what, oh, that's probably what Cornelius was saying. That's not right too. Duh, I wasn't thinking about that. When Terri said that some places take the crochet items and instead of using them as a donation, they put them in their gift shops to sell. Yeah, that's not right. Now, for those who don't know, I'm taking donations. It's not for the hospital, but I'm taking it for an organization that I belong to that helps pain patients. Because right now, we have advocates who will go with people to try and advocate with their doctors to get them pain meds, because it's so hard to get pain meds now. And right now they're just teaching most people how to advocate for themselves, because the advocates have become inundated with calls from parents who need their help for children who are in end stage diseases, cancer or whatever it may be, and the doctors are not wanting to give them pain meds to help them be comfortable, towards the end, and they're just letting them be in pain, or they're giving them something that doesn't cover the pain. So I'm taking donations so that we can have things to give to the children when they go and meet up with them, whether it's a lapgan, whether it's amigurumi, whether it's nice soft washcloths for to use, because after having, and I know this, after having so many IVs put in your body, it hurts so bad to even have a regular washcloth. So the nice soft ones are always good for something like that. Um, and plus, we also have raffles. So if somebody makes any adult size things, we can raffle it off, get the money, and purchase whatever it is we may need. So I'm taking donations for that. So if anybody is interested, just send me an email and I can give you whatever information you want. I know I just did my last tester crochet was a shawl, and I'm going to donate that because I stopped while it was still basically a child to teen size. Nana says, I'm fine with that too. Wings is one of those organizations. However, if you send items to Rose Likes Crochet, she has a special deal with them. Yes, she does. And every month it's something different that you are to send with them. So, like for mine, I can take donations. I can show them on the air. On the air. I can show them on my channel for anybody who would want to, who wants them to be seen, or I can give you an address um, to the person in charge and just send them straight to her. And if you don't want, people to know what you sent, or, I can show the donation and not even say who sent it, whatever you want. We go down to where she's in Indianapolis, and we go down there every couple months to see my specialists. So I can take whatever I get sent to me and then hand them over to her. So, but of course, I'm not as big of a channel as Rose Likes Crochet, and I don't have the whole setup that she has set up, where she has prizes and stuff that people send that can, people can win prizes for donating during the month and all of those kind of things. But I have donated to Rose, and I will donate to her again. We used to do the direct sales company that I worked with, we used to do a lot of stuff with domestic abuse homes and things, like going to give manis and stuff. I never got to because I was disabled, but I know one of the ladies who lived here who went to the one around here to give manicures to the women and the little girls and the boys if they wanted them, whoever wanted them. So, and the company would donate all the items, so we didn't have to take our own stuff. They would donate the items. So that was really amazing that they did that. Okay, sent Donna the link, but I don't know if she's coming or not. But I definitely think that we'll have to figure out some kind of competition maybe to do next year in the group. And like I said, if more people want to join us in the live crochet group, I will be opening the room up when the live is over tonight, so that I can finish getting this my test crochet done. I know Donna's working on something that she needs to get done. And we haven't seen Terri's beautiful face in there today. We have on here. And Ambi might be coming in later too. So we do have a couple young people who may start joining in here also in the near future who have just, well, one of them's joined the group. The other one has not yet, but she's homesick right now. So she probably won't join for until she's over whatever it is she has. Anybody watching have any questions you want to ask? Yes, that's, I forgot. Yes, Terri also, Nana's crochet ideas. She's working on something that she has to get done. She's on a time limit. She's on a pretty big time limit on hers. I don't know how she's, well, we're all saying prayers that she gets it done. That's how she's going to do it. So, and plus she works a lot quicker than I tend to. So, but my speed is getting more and more every year. It's getting better and better, especially, well, I shouldn't say every year, every month. My time frames are messing up here. Um, because I'm working at it the last couple years, being disabled, I started doing it all the time. So Ambi says, I resent that. I'm young. You resent what, Ambi? What did I say that you resent? You'll have to explain that one to me.
I didn't know to go look in the Facebook message.
Welcome. Okay, I said that I was leaving it in the Facebook Messenger, so you must not have heard me when I said it. But
no, I had my tea dinged, and I went to go. I went to reheat it.
Okay, yeah. When you first come in the room, I can't hear anything that you say, just so you know, until I bring you up.
Okay, I'm gonna go silent for just a sec.
Okay. I have a feeling her husband is probably checking up on her. They just had a really bad storm there. So, oh, you said young people were. Well, Amby, I always thought you were younger than you are, but yes, you are young. And when I'm saying that young people are going to join, I'm talking about teenagers. So I am so sorry. I did not mean to upset you. I know you were being sarcastic.
And be sarcastic? Does she know how to do that?
No, never. You guys, it really is. It is truly amazing getting to know those of us who have only seen each other like chat in the rooms and stuff, but to like get to know each other one on one. I wasn't sure how my chat room would go, the chat video room, when I kept talking about it before, saying I wanted to do it, but it has been amazing.
It's fun.
It has been truly amazing. Chris's Kaleidoscope says, "Hi, AJ and everyone, working and lurking." Well, thank you for saying hi. I always like to know who's lurking out there. Oh no, I missed a stitch. At least it's not a whole row back. Yes, Amby. Amby says it's fun. It is fun. Um, you would think that to listen to us chat, that Donna and I have known each other for at least a couple of years. We have literally only known each other for a couple months, if not only a month. Maybe somewhere between a month and a half now.
I don't know. You'd have to look at when I signed up for your page, because I met you by signing up for your page.
Right.
I saw you somewhere else and checked it out and liked it, so I joined the page.
And her and I have found out that we are almost twins, like twins who don't look alike. And I wouldn't say even fraternal twins because they don't usually look alike, but we are more like maternal twins who don't look alike, because maternal twins are the ones who think alike, act alike, do the same things. Because I have twin cousins who, I just saw a reel the other day where there's parents where one of their twins walked in the room and they're like, okay, even at like 3 years of age, we still can't tell them apart. And that's how my twin cousins were. And the only person who could tell them apart ended up being their little sister, because she started saying who they were when she was a toddler. And their parents were completely amazed that she could tell who they were, but they didn't know. So, one of those being little types of things, the things that the young can do that those of us who are older cannot.
I think we get along so well because we're goofy alike. And our husbands are goofy alike.
Yes, again, so true. And I will have to apologize for everybody who's hearing the door opening and closing, but that's been my husband going in and outside since we started. So I don't know if you can hear it or not, but if you can, I apologize. He's been making dinner and taking stuff in and out, like to the recycle bin, and checking on the cats outside because it was feeding time, and to get things picked up because it's going to get dark. And then we have raccoons who want to come and clean up after the food if there's any left out there from the cats and all of that good stuff. Lisa the Grammy Scattered says, I tweaked something in my back earlier today, so I took a pain pill and a muscle relaxer. So I am a little mushy and dozy right now. Okay, I get it. I've had that feeling before.
Let the loopy commence. We like loopy. I do. I like loopy.
That's because she's always loopy.
Loopy's interesting.
She's 24/7 loopy.
I agree. You keep seeing yarn across the screen because the way my camera's tilted, but this is what I'm working on. And AJ's already seen it. It's a reversible blanket.
It's a lot like the reversible shawl that her and I both did as a tester project a month ago. So for those who have been watching my channel, you've seen the shawl that I posted.
Yeah. Fosbus Crochet has the patterns, and they're stunning.
Okay, Nanna, Terri, did you have any questions you wanted to ask me? I usually try to give the floor back to the person who's on my channel. So if you're still here and if you haven't been kicked out of chat, just let me know if there's anything you'd like to ask me. And what you were saying before about how you like to be and to do new things and not copy others, I totally get that. And I try to be new as well. But there is like one thing that I wanted to do. I haven't done it yet. That, oh, what's her full name? Fostering Crochet, Amber. I can't think of her last name. Amber Miller, I think. That she does that I wanted to do sometime, which is reading the comments, especially when you get some really special comments because they really get you. You know, it's really amazing when you're having a down day and then you go and read the comments that are just so amazing that you guys leave us. And I asked her if it was okay with her, and she just laughed at me because she said, well, copying what somebody does is a form of flattery. And I believe that, but I also know there are people. Amber Allen, thank you, Lisa. I also know that there are people out there who do not like to be copied. So I wanted to ask her first, and she just laughed at me, and she was like, you know, like, you think I'm the one who thought of that, you know? But she was like, yes, do it if you want to. So I have to remind myself of that too, that if I were to copy somebody and what they do, then, you know, that's also a form of, you know, of flattery for some. So I'm definitely thinking of copying you guys, Terri, and if somebody gets her channel up and running, maybe doing one of the things that you guys do. But I don't think it'll be the yardage one because I truly think that she will beat me every month. Although that might be a good challenge for me to try and beat her some month. Terry's thinking, now I'm going to start shivering, waiting for whatever question she comes up with. Cozy Cornelius Corner says, I'm a beginner crocheter, so tutorials are helpful. No way new by myself can be done yet. Okay. Sorry, I'm not quite sure what you meant by the end part. I'm usually good at reading if there's any typos, but evidently not today. I have not done any tutorials on my channel yet. And really, I don't know if I will because I don't have the setup and I'm not a designer. So it's not like I have my own designs that I could do a tutorial for. But I do know there are some designers out there who will give you permission to do their designs to do a tutorial on. So I'm thinking about it. Once I get space in my back room cleaned up and I can have more of a craft room, I will try and find a corner on the table or something to be able to tape tutorials. New as in making it on your own self. Okay, I get it. I met somebody today, and this amazes me and always has, who can take a picture of a crochet item and duplicate it. And I'm just like, I'm not that person. And I know that's how Bag O'Day is. You know, that's how she was taught. Because she'll tell the stories all the time of the woman who was teaching her, and then she'd put an item and would tell her, recreate that, and don't stop until you recreate it. So Terri's laughing at me now.
I like doing that with vintage stitches. Take a picture and figure out how to do the stitch, because nobody else knows how to do it anymore. You can't find it anywhere.
That would be fun. I guess I never really see a lot of vintage stitches anywhere. So I really want to get out sometime and go thrifting and see if I can find some old crocheted sweaters or blankets or something.
I like to pull them from pictures of things people have made that are for sale on YouTube, where they list that it's vintage, but they don't have a pattern or anything. And it'll be a stitch that I think looks really pretty.
Okay.
And so I'll just screenshot a picture of whatever it was, and then if I'm fortunate enough, I can talk them into showing me the backside, sending me a picture of the backside. And then if they're willing to send me a picture of the backside, I'm able to completely reproduce it. It just takes time.
Right. Well, one of the things that I asked for this last Christmas, and I got one from my daughter, is a stitch book. But it's one that gives you all the information. Like, I got one, and it's more of a vintage type stitch book. I'm not going to call it vintage yet, vintage type, because it was from when I was younger. And it says that it has like 100 stitches in there, and they have them all numbered, but none of them have a name. And you look at them and you're like, I've seen this stitch before. I know it has a name. And plus, it doesn't give you the mathematics of it. So it doesn't tell you that if you want to create something using this and you want to start using this stitch, you have to make a chain of multiples of 2, then plus 1 or 2 or whatever it is to make the first stitch when you turn it, or to go in and start on, whichever chain. It doesn't give you that. And so I found a couple nice ones that I knew that other people had talked about that they really liked, and put them on my wish list. And my daughter gave me one, and a friend of mine sent me the other one. So I have started being more creative, where I will take a pattern and I will add my own something to it. I'll either add more length to it if I think it's too short. I may add a couple rows of a completely different stitch if I want to make it look a little bit different. I would have liked to have done that with this tester top, but I could not do it because I'm testing it. So that's the difference there too. And some people don't understand that, because yes, Donna and I have tested the same 2 last projects. Her and I did the same shawl together, and we both did. She's already done with her top, and we have both seen people in both of the groups that we were working in who changed things and didn't even ask if it was okay first. And if you ever want to think of changing something when it comes to doing a tester project, you have got to ask the designer before you do it. Or you have to do it exactly as the designer said, take pictures and then change it.
Yeah, you can always frog and add a different waistband or a different sleeve or a different finishing.
Right. Amby's asking Donna, have you or anyone else here heard of the old magazine work basket?
Yes,
She's
my
already
mother
asked
had a
me.
ton of them.
Okay.
I have some from the 60s and 70s that were my mother's. I love
Okay.
them.
She had asked me, and I've never heard of it.
Yeah, they were smaller magazines. They were like 5x8s. They were smaller with normally
So they were like Annie's Attic.
they were like the original Annie's Attic. They were smaller. They did have ads. They had a not quite a cardboard type cover, but a thicker cover like a magazine might have, a little bit thicker than a magazine might have. And they typically were mixed media. You would get, unless you found one that was truly dedicated, they would have crochet and knit and cross stitch, a combo of different techniques. I love them. It's a shame they don't exist anymore.
Okay. Terry didn't have a question for me, but she's saying, Donna, where's your yarn?
Oh, right here. And let me see, right here. You keep seeing it as it occasionally drifts across the screen.
Yes. I noticed that earlier when we were chatting earlier today.
It's because I don't have a proper stand. I have to prop my phone. I use my phone and I have to prop my phone up. But they are both, let me see. Hang on, I'll tell you what they are if you're curious. Oh, yeah.
Hi, Taylor. Are you feeling better, puppy?
Was that
Taylor.
Lita? Lita. That's Miss Lita. She's checking you out.
Oh, is that Lita? I was thinking it was Taylor.
No,
Sorry.
that's Lita.
Tyler, I mean, not Taylor.
That is my miniature pincher. That one is my long-haired Chihuahua. And this is the scaredy cat who's afraid of thunder and lightning and is hiding under the table. That's Tanner.
Tanner, even. See, I still got it wrong. Taylor. It's because I had a nephew named Tyler.
Yeah.
And his brother's name is Tanner. So I get them mixed up all the time. And then my daughter also dated a Tyler, and that really confused me, especially when my nephew passed away. It got confusing there for a while.
My two yarns that I'm using are Baby Bee Sweet Delight. The printed one is called Prince, and it's called Gauge Boy. And the other one is Sweet Delight, doesn't have the prints on it, and it says Mima's Blue. These are Hobby Lobby yarns. This is from their standard Hobby Lobby line. They're very soft. They're a 3-weight yarn. They're nice because they are 60% acrylic and 40% polyamide. So they have that soft, silky feeling to them, like a baby yarn does. And they're not bad. They are 377 yards per every 4-ounce skein. I find that they wash really well. And that's kind of what I like about them, because if I'm making a blanket, I don't want you to have to lay it out to dry or worry about dry cleaning it. It just makes sense that you should be able to throw it in the washer and throw it in the dryer.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Amby says, someone on one of my lives asked me about it. She said her mother and grandmother had them.
Yep, they're great magazines. If you can ever find a batch of them in a yard sale or something, don't pass them up. They have fabulous ideas in them, and they're typically very easy. Their patterns and designs are typically very easy to follow because they're meant for everybody from the beginner to the advanced.
That's good.
Basically like Annie's Attic. Annie's Attic does the same thing.
Mm-hmm. I loved Annie's Attic. I learned so much from Annie's Attic. But Annie's Attic was designated to crochet. So I think they may have had one I don't know if it was called Annie's Attic, but I think Annie's also had one that was geared towards knitting as well. Like right now, they have magazines that are for crochet, knitting, or sewing. So I'm thinking they did as well back when they had Annie's Attic, but I'm not 100 on that. So
My mother was a big fan of the Burda, Burda magazines, but they are like 99.9% knit with a little bit of cross stitch that would be added to the knitted patterns, but like most of their stuff is knit. And they really focused heavily on wearables.
okay, yeah, I never heard of those. So probably because I don't knit, at least yet. Okay, it is going on 9:17, so we've been here a little bit over an hour. But before I sign off, I wanted to ask Terri to make sure, did you have anything you wanted to ask me or no? If not, that's fine. And I'm sorry that it wasn't a good night for you to be able to stay on. We maybe next month we will have to try this again. Wait until all the fires and stuff calm down and try to do it again. As far as my channel and what's going on this Thursday, I have my third try for my live with Robin from Roaming with Rover. And it should work out fine. She knows, she's been talking about it, so I know she knows she's supposed to be here, which last time I thought it was my fault because I didn't remind her like the day before, like I tried to do. But she said she already knew. She just got really, really busy that day. And literally, I want to say maybe not even 2 minutes after I'd signed out of the live, my phone was ringing and it was her apologizing for not being here. So at first I didn't know how she found my phone number, but then I'm like, ugh, I have my phone number set in all of my emails. So she got it from there. But yeah, I'm excited. She'll be here Thursday. And then at the end of the month, Connie from Just Another Stitch will be on here with me. And that'll be a Thursday. I think it's the last Thursday. I can't remember now. It's either the next to the last Thursday or the last one. But it's scheduled. It is already up. So if you go onto my channel and check out the homepage of my channel, all of my lives are always listed there once I get them scheduled. And I always try to get them scheduled a week early. This week I was behind because I've been so busy on this blanket. Now I'm going to call it a blanket. It feels like one for as big as it is. For this top. Oh, Frog Crochet just came in. She says, hi, y'all, and AJ. Hi, how you doing? We are getting ready to leave here in just a couple minutes. Feel free to watch the replay if you would like to. I started up with Terri up here. She's in the chat room still, I think. She kept getting knocked off, so she just decided to join the chat. And then my friend Donna, Melfina's Magic, came up to join me instead. So I just didn't feel like being alone up here tonight. Some nights I'm fine being up here alone. Other nights I'd rather have somebody up here with me. How are you doing today? And I believe, is it Charity? If I'm right, I will be happy because that means I'm finally starting to remember a name here and there. For anybody new who is watching, and if I call you by your channel name, which I normally do, it's because I have a hard time remembering regular names. The reason why I have Donna's down and Terry's down and Amby's down, well, besides Amby's is Amby Crafts Reed, but people also call her Amber. And Kay's Crochet Haven is because, yay, I got it right. She said yes, Charity. Welcome, Charity. I hope you're doing well. Is because they join me in my live chats. So I've gotten to know them all really well there. And something tells me that Terri must have gotten knocked off again because she's not responding. So I can't imagine. I would think that the internet system has to be wacky with all of those fires going on.
It's a scary thing, wildfires.
Yes, very scary. There's a part of me who would love to move out to California because there's a part of California that has like spring-like weather all year long. And my friend used to live in that part. And that's my favorite time of the year is springtime. So I would love to have spring-like weather all year long. But then I'd have to move to California. And I don't think that I'm ready for that. So not with all the wildfires and everything that also goes with it. You know, and then my other friend, she was like, well, I'd rather not live in a state with tornadoes, you know. So there's something no matter where you live.
You can move to Louisiana and get floods.
Right. Or hurricanes.
Or hurricanes.
So
you could move to Maine and get blizzards.
No, we get blizzards here too. So we get tornadoes and blizzards. Terri says, I'm good. I'm sorry. Well, okay. You don't have to be sorry. I take it you don't have a question, but that's fine. Nothing to be sorry about. And for those who may want to join us, I will be opening my room back up today because, like I said, I have to finish this. I need to get it done by the end of tomorrow. So we are all going to go back and
harass one another.
Lisa's asking, how big of a house do you live in, AJ, room-wise? We live in what some people would call a dollhouse. We have, but I think it's just a tad bigger. We have the living room, which I'm in. We have 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. We have a very small kitchen that if both of us are in there, we are always banging into each other. And then the person who had this house before us built onto the back, but he didn't add like any heating or air conditioning back there. They just added on a room. And it has it had skylights in it, but when we replaced the roof, we had those taken out because one of them, when my daughter was younger, a branch actually came down and went through it, and she was in the back room when it happened, and it was a very scary situation. So, yeah, when we had the roof redone, we had the skylights taken out.
So you're very modern Vogue, sort of like Tiny House Nation, but a little bit bigger than tiny.
Yeah, it's not a tiny house, like a tiny house, but before tiny houses were invented, this was considered a dollhouse type of a house.
Yeah.
So, and actually, I used to watch the Tiny House Nation on cable, and it intrigues me when they show you how people go from these huge houses, sell almost everything, have just the bare minimum of what they need, and move into these little tiny houses. And I think it would be so neat sometimes, but I have so much stuff. But honestly, I want to go through. I have too much yarn, honestly. I don't have as much as most people have yarn-wise that you watch on YouTube, but I have too much yarn to move into a true tiny house.
I would need a tiny house shed just for my yarn.
Yes.
And my craft stuff.
Yes. A she shed.
A she shed. There you go. I would need a she shed.
Yeah. So would I. But I'm mad at myself. I moved my stitch marker, so now I knew how many rows I needed from there, and I can't count it because I moved it accidentally. Oops. So, or was it on this side? Oh, it's on this side. Let me see. How close am I to being done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oops. I missed one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I have like maybe 2 more rows.
I wish.
You're getting there, and you are a whole top ahead of me. You've already finished your top, Miss Ma'am.
Yeah, but this is like 6 tops put together.
Queen Mama's Hillbilly House with Anita. Anita is here. Hi, ladies. How are you? We're doing fine. Cozy Cornelius Corner says, I really want a she said too.
I think
Lisa
I need a
says,
she garage.
Lisa says, my house was built in 1950, so I know what you mean about the room sizes. I just have 3 bedrooms, one for us, one my son, and I'm using for storage right now. One for her son, and one you're using for storage right now. Yep, I get that.
That's my craft room right now. We have a 3-bedroom. We have ours now that both kids are out of the house. We have ours, a guest room, and we have the craft room.
Yeah, we had always said it right after we moved in here that we would move eventually, but it's now been 25 years because my husband knew I wanted a bigger kitchen because I love to cook and I love to bake. It's just hard to do when you can't have all of your gadgets and stuff that you use out somewhere, and you always have to find where they're at. Um, but also, I wanted a 3-bedroom because I always wanted that extra room. My dream was when my daughter was little to have a craft room where she could have half of the room for all of where she could sit and have a table and draw and do crafts and do whatever she wanted to, and then I could have yarn and whatever I needed on the other half. But it didn't have. It's fine. We just have to really clean this one up, and you know I need to feel better. If I was feeling better, it would not look like it does right now. So I totally blame how my house looks right now on myself. So I need to get to feeling better so I can have time and get picking up in here because we have a mess in lots of places. Because when I get sick, I tend to sleep here on the couch and then I just let things pile up around me. So I got to get my piles picked up, and then I need to get rid of things that I'm no longer using and wearing and all of that good stuff, and do a really good cleaning of the house. Spring cleaning, as some people would call it. Any season cleaning, I don't care. But go through and do a lot of pickup and get the house looking back like it used to when my daughter was little. So, okay. Lisa says they bought the house Halloween of 2019. Cool. We were buying on ours on land contract, so we do now own it. So
We bought ours backwards. We bought it, went to settlement, and then we put contract on the house, and then we got married, and then we finally went to settlement. So typically you get married first and then you go look together for your house. Well, we looked for the house before we got married.
I can understand that. Hooked by Deneen says, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Deneen. I kind of get that. My daughter and her boyfriend, they've just went and bought a house this year. So
I'm really hoping some of the people I've seen here tonight will join us later on for the crochet, because I'd love to get to know them better.
yes, so would I. And for those who just came in, who I think some of you might be new to my channel, new subscribers. I know I've gotten a few of them this week thanks to Roving with Rover. I know she shouted me out earlier, and I can't wait. On Thursday, like I said, will be my live with her. 3rd time's a charm, as I said. It will work this time. But anyway, I have a group in Facebook, and I set the group up solely so that I could do lives just crocheting with people because I'm disabled. I'm at home. I was always bored. And so I always wanted to be able to go to like a crochet group and stuff. And I can't because I can't drive. So I was like, why not start one online? And I tried for a couple of years and it didn't work. I finally started my channel and I started talking about it a lot. And I realized I needed to start a group on Facebook to make it work. And a few of us have really gotten to know each other really well. And we would really like for some new people to come in and join us as well. So, and I am opening it just as soon as we are done here. So if anybody wants to come over, all you have to do is you do have to join the group, because if you are not a part of the group, I don't think that it lets you come in, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But I do know that like if you don't have Facebook, I can send you a link on Instagram and it will let you come in. And I learned that from Ambi because she had read something that told her all about that. So, but some regulars in there is Donna, also Terri, Nanna's Crafty Ideas, Ambi Craft Reads, Kaylin from Kay's Crochet Haven, and myself. We do have, and not to make anybody feel old or young or whatever, we do have some younger people who are going to be starting, like who are in their teens to early 20s. So I'm kind of excited about that. I just love to get to know everybody. For those who have been part of my channel for a while and who watch me, I like to know your favorite colors. I like to get to know you. To me, we're just a great, big, huge family. So
It's a great place to get new ideas, get help with something you're working on that isn't quite working out right. All that good stuff.
yeah. Lisa the Grammy Scattered says, we were in the military for so long, so we couldn't get settled down until now. But I need to get rid of stuff from when all of the rest of the 5 kids were at home and they left lots of stuff. I get that. I am still cleaning out my daughter's stuff from when she moved. We still have stuff in the freezer and in the refrigerator that she left, let alone regular stuff in the house that she left behind. So I get that. I couldn't imagine having 5 kids and still having their stuff left behind. I wasn't able to actually have kids of my own, so our daughter was adopted, so we were only able to have one. Although when I was younger, I did dream of having a big family of like 5 to 6 kids. But my husband came from a family like that, so he knows exactly what that's like. Cozy Cornelius Corner says, I'd rather have stuff. My kids left their pets. We had that too. We had our daughter's cat, but only because she was so close to my cat that there was no way that she could move to a different house. And there was one time when my daughter moved back in that she had 2 cats. So we ended up having, 4 cats in our house at once. So Lisa says, I still have band instruments too. Cool.
We finally got rid of my daughter's flute.
I played the flute in band, and I took my flute with me when I had moved. Like I took it to college with me, even though I wasn't still playing. And then when I was completely out of my parents' house, I had it with me. But then it turned out to be a good thing, because when I went to find an apartment on my own without anybody living with me, I ended up using it for the down payment for my apartment. I sold it to somebody who was looking for, a flute for their daughter to start 5th grade band in. So, although I do miss it. My husband used to say he'd replace it for me, but now it's too late. Lisa says, we have the 17-year-old Chihuahua that my mother-in-law gave to my son, but he lives with us.
I love Chihuahuas.
My grandma had a Chihuahua. Everybody, so many people in the family did not get along with that little Chihuahua. Her name was Sugar. And I used to ask my grandma, why does Sugar bark so much? But she was backwards. She would bark at you when you left. If she really liked you, she would bark when you first got there, and then she would bark as you were leaving. And she must have really liked me, because besides barking, she would grab at the leg, like my pants leg, and she would try to pull me back in the house when I was little. I loved Sugar Dog. She was the sweetest little thing.
That was my little long-haired Chihuahua, my 8-pounder that I showed you. I also have a Chiweenie, a wiener dog Chihuahua, that he's hiding because he's afraid of thunder and lightning, and we're having storms right now.
Yeah, I'm glad it's not raining here tonight, because my cat is scared of any type of rain. Sometimes she gets scared of snowstorms in the wintertime. So, okay, with that, it is now 9:30. I think it's time to say goodnight. And again, for here, let me put it up. I didn't even think about that. Well, this is my email. But if you go to AJ's Personal Touch in YouTube, you will find me there. There are 2 different places. There is my business page, and then there is my group. And the group has the picture of my my brand picture, my business picture with the yellow backing behind it. So you can find me there. And if you join, like I said, if you join in the group, then you can also join in with the lives, and they are just so much fun. If you don't want to show your face and you just want to come in and talk, you can do that too. You do not have to turn on the video. So if anybody ever wants to, we've helped so many people who may have problems. Donna's helped me with an issue that I had. I know I helped, I think it was Ambi with something. We're just there to be there for everybody. If you have questions, if you're looking for things, and if you just want to sit and crochet and talk and just have somebody to talk to while you're doing it. Because I know, like, working on this, when I was sitting here working by myself earlier today, I kept nodding off. As soon as I opened the room and I had Donna in there with me, and I had somebody else in there before Donna came in, I was more awake and I wasn't nodding off every couple minutes, and I actually started getting more work done. So I know it's not for everybody, and I don't mean to talk it to death tonight, but for anybody who's interested, just come and join us. We would really love to see you there. And again, just a reminder that I am taking donations, basically for children who are in pain, who aren't getting the pain meds that they need. We're trying to help them by getting them advocates who can advocate with their doctors and to help them get what they need. And they would like to have some kind of amigurumi or chemo hats, blankets, lap gowns, child size shawls, but anything will work, because if it's not something we can give the child themselves, then we can always raffle it off to get the money for what we need and what they need help with, because some need help with bills and things that they can't get help from other people with. So we do help with that as well. We help people get food, bills, so many different things. So with that said, it is time to say good night. Yes, good night, Terri, and thank you. Good night, everybody. Please remember, as I always say, you matter. If you're having a bad night, you feel like there's nobody else who cares, please remember there's always somebody, and you matter. And you are so beautiful. Every last one of you, you are beautiful. You are gorgeous. For the men who are out there, you're handsome. Whatever adjective you use, you are. It took me years to realize that I was not ugly like I always thought. So I always remind everybody else, you are beautiful, and it helps remind me as well. Good night, Cozy Cornelius. Good night, Lisa. Have a great night, and we will see you back here Thursday with Robin from Roaming with Rover. So see you guys later. Night.